let's look at this function. I have f of x is 1 minus x to the negative 1. The first derivative is negative 1 times 1 minus x to the negative 2 times negative 1 for the derivative of negative x, which is just 1 minus x to the negative 2. And notice what happens. The second derivative, again, I have negative 2, 1 minus x to the negative 3 times negative 1 for the derivative of 1 minus x, which is the same as 2, 1 minus x to the negative 3. See, there's a pattern here. The nth derivative is, well, actually, let's look at the third one first so we can see. So the third derivative, we had 2 times negative 3 times 1 minus x to the negative 4 times negative 1, which is 6 times 1 minus x to the negative 4. Now, if you know what factorials are, 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 2 times 3 or 6. And if I do the next one, I'm bringing out a 4, so it's going to be 4 factorial. So the nth derivative here is n factorial times 1 minus x to the negative n. Minus 1 third. So this is negative 3 minus 1, so negative 4. So negative n minus 1. So this is the same. If I plug in 2, actually, so the nth derivative at 2 is n factorial times 1 minus 2 to the negative n minus 1. Well, 1 minus 2 is negative 1, and 1, this is the same as negative of n plus 1, right? Negative n minus 1. So if I look at this, actually, this is the same as n factorial times negative 1 to the n plus 1. Because if I have the negative 1, take the reciprocal, it's still going to be negative 1. So here is my coefficient. So this tells me that 1 over 1 minus x is the sum, n equals 0 to infinity, of negative 1 to the n plus 1 times n factorial, and then I remember I have to do, that's just this part, and it's always over n factorial, so it's over n factorial times x minus 2 to the n, because this part comes from the Taylor series, right? Because it's f of the n over n factorial times x minus c to the n. My c is 2. So I can simplify this because these go away. So it's the sum n equals 0 to infinity of negative 1 to the n plus 1 power times x minus 2 to the n.